Hi everyone, this is Gail. I'm popping on tonight. It's late. Turn this way. It is late. It's about 10:20 p.m. I wanted to come on and live stream for just a few minutes. Just so we can relax, have some fun. Okay, so it's travel trivia, and we're going to be talking about Arizona, and this is part two. Part two. It's one of the fun states that I have been to, and there is so much to do. And like I actually had really hard time coming up with the travel trivia question. So I asked ChatGPT to help me out. Didn't really like some of the questions that I got, so tossed those out, and now we've got these that I'm working on. So I'm working through tonight with you all. So, hi, my name is Gail, and welcome to my Bodacious channel. We're all about not letting life get in the way of living. That's what Be Bodacious is all about. It is about living despite disabilities, chronic illnesses, you name it. And I just realized my subscribe pillow has been knocked off the table probably when my service dog was running through here just a few minutes ago, because that's what he does sometimes. And even when he's traveling, we still make time so we can throw the ball and he can get that exercise in no matter where we are, because that's just part of traveling when you have a service dog or a pet and you're on the road trip. So when we went to Arizona from Tennessee, we stopped a bunch of times to let him get out and play. Not affiliated, but if you all have not gone on a road trip, Love's Travel Stops have been adding dog parks. They are so great. They're really small, but it gives you a place to stop with your pet. So, anyhow, so we're going to go on into talking about some of the travel trivia that we have got tonight. So Arizona is known for a lot. Scenic vistas, mountains. It's got the desert. It's got the Grand Canyon and all the richness that goes with the Grand Canyon. And it's got one of the most historically significant prehistoric history there at the Grand Canyon that you will find in the entire state of Arizona. It is also, of course, known for its heat. That's why when you go to Arizona, they tell you to constantly be sipping on a drink because it is so very hot. And with it being a dry heat, everybody asks me, is it a dry heat or is it a damp heat? And I'm like, it's hot. But it does have the dry heat as opposed to the humidity, which just means that you'll dehydrate a lot faster without realizing it. At least that's true, I think, if you come from a state where it's more humid. So always, always, always. Two things you want to do. You always want to make sure you have something to drink with you, because they tell you to sip on it all the time when you're out walking or just outside. Even, I don't even care if you're in the Walmart parking lot and you're going from the store to the car, you still want something to sip on, okay? And that's just the way life is there. The other thing is you better take your sunscreen and dress in layers. Bring an umbrella. I love my umbrella because with an umbrella, you're not just, it's good for snow. It's good for rain. It's also good for keeping the sun off of you so you can stay cooler and not get as hot, which is a really big deal when you're going to Arizona, because one of the things that I noticed the first time that I was there, my first experience was when we got there during a hailstorm, and it had literally turned the ground white because we were there also when they had a tornado warning inside the Grand Canyon National Park. So it was totally crazy. So I used my umbrella for the hail. It was not big. It was pellet size while we were dashing back out to the car. So I used it for the hail, the rain that we had later. Hold it so it can help break the wind, you all know. And then later, when the sun came out and it started just melting us, use it for the sun to create shade. So that's, yeah. So anyhow, that was just my experience. So what I suggest is for tonight, we're going to go into the travel trivia questions and see what we can use that we can stump our friends with later. You know, because that's all the fun about the trivia is being able to really confuse our friends later on after the broadcast. So when we start talking about the questions, dive right in, leave your comments in the chat, see if your answer is right or wrong, and mark them down so you can stump your friends later on, okay? So we're going to plunge right in. Hey, I've got a couple of watchers. Don't forget to give me a like on the live stream and do dive in with your comments, okay? So here we go. Which Arizona site is the best preserved meteor crater in the world? I'm going to repeat that. Which Arizona site is the best preserved meteor crater in the world? Is it Pecos, Marquez, or Meteor Crater? Give you a minute on that so you can think about it. Think about it. Come up with your answer. And no, you can't look them up before you answer. That's just cheating. No, I can't cheat. No. So, all right. Which Arizona site is the best preserved meteor crater in the world? It is literally called Meteor Crater near Winslow, Arizona. So if you got that right, give yourself a great big hand. Woo! Very, very good. Very good, you all. Yeah. Give yourself a hand if you got that right. You got it. You got it. Now, travel trivia question number 2. In 2024, Arizona was home to the 3rd most visited national park in the U.S. 3rd most visited. Which one was it? Was it A, the Painted Desert, B, Lake Mead, or C, the Grand Canyon? Which one was it? Let's go back over this again. All right. A, the Painted Desert, B, Lake Mead, or C, the Grand Canyon? It is. Are you all ready for it? It is the Grand Canyon. And that is according to SmithsonianMagazine.com. Yep, Grand Canyon. Can you believe it? Number 3. I know a lot of people think. I know. You're sitting there thinking, oh no, it's number 1 and all this, but it's actually not. Can you all believe number 1 most visited national park in the U.S. is not the Grand Canyon. It is not the Painted Desert. It is, just to give you some background here, it is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which sits on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. In 2024, it got 12.1 million visitors. Is that not crazy? Great Smoky Mountains National Park, 12.1 million visitors, is the number 1 most visited national park in the U.S. Now, this is according to the USAtoday.com. Number 2 is in Utah, and that is Zion National Park in Utah. And in 2024, Zion National Park had 4.9 million visitors. Not 4.9 million. Following that, we have got our number 3 most visited national park, the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona, which also had 4.9 million. That's what it's showing on here, but in reality, it's like 4.8 something. So, yeah. And it says each year millions of travelers are drawn to the Grand Canyon National Park, and it's one of the most widely photographed parks in the world. Yeah. And it said it's 277 miles. I'm just going to put this link down here in the description. Sorry, chat link. I don't know why I said description. Sorry about that. I'm going to drop that in here and y'all can check it out. Really interesting article. Interesting article. And then just to give you just for completeness, number 4 is Yellowstone. 5 is the Rocky Mountain National Park. 6 is Acadia in Maine. 7 is Olympic, and that's in Washington. Grand Teton Park in Wyoming is number 9. And then 10 is Glacier National Park in Montana. But just to give you an idea, the difference, 4.9 million in the Grand Canyon National Park and 3.2 million at Glacier. That's a big difference. Huge, right? So, okay, but we're not talking about those tonight. We are talking about Arizona. So, what is the next one? It's a yes or no. And that is, does Arizona observe daylight saving time? Yes or no? And this is from historybymail.com /pages/ Arizona trivia. Yes or no? Which is it? No, Arizona does not have daylight savings time. I wish my state wouldn't, or that we would. Whatever it is that that powers that be could decide on, I just wish they would and just stick with it, right? Okay, I'm going to go off of that. And next up, what is the most famous monument marking the point where Arizona meets 3 other states? Is it called Rock City or Four Corners Monument? Which one? The name of the point where Arizona meets 3 other states. Rock City or the Four Corners Monument. And this source is Wikipedia. Just a second there. And it is Four Corners Monument. Four Corners Monument. Now, what percentage of Arizona is made up of Native American reservations? Native American reservations in Arizona. This is according to usefultrivia.com. Is it 3%, 15%, or 25%? What percentage of Arizona is made up of Native American reservations? Can you tell me? Oh, come on. I know you all know. Okay, it is about 25%. Yep, 25%. Brings us to number 11. Arizona leads the nation in the mining production of which material? Zinc, gold, or copper? Arizona leads the nation in the mining production of which material? Zinc, gold, or copper? Which do you all think it is? And this is according to Virginia Auto Service. And it is copper. Arizona leads in copper. Which I will say, it really kind of messed with my mind because I would have thought it was gold. Because you think all the Golden Mountains, all the desert, all this vast space. And for whatever reason, I just associated that with gold. Don't know why. Let's see. All right. Now, next, okay, we have another watcher. So, hi, welcome, and don't forget to give me a like on the live stream, okay? All right. Next up is, da, 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 da. All right. This is national parks and national monuments. So there's a difference. Sometimes people lump them all together, but national parks actually have one set of rules, and national monuments have another set of rules and purposes and reasons for being. So the combined, how many national parks and monuments does Arizona have? I'm going to give you a multiple choice, so don't panic, okay? It is, your choices are 22, 34, or 28. This is national parks and monuments. 22, 34, and 28. And the source on this is Visit Arizona. All right, it is 22. 22. Yep. And this next one, I think a lot of you all are just going to love this one. This is our last question for the night. The source on it also is Virginia Auto Service. That's the source. So, question. Y'all are going to love this. It is unlawful to refuse a person a glass of something to drink in Arizona. What is that drink? It is unlawful to refuse a person a drink of blank in Arizona. What is that? So the answers are, possible answers are bourbon, tonic water, or water. Which one? Bourbon, tonic water, or water? And again, this is Virginia Auto Service. That is the source. It's water. Just plain ordinary water. It is illegal. If someone asks you for a drink of water in Arizona, you are not allowed to refuse that person. Because hey, we're talking about the desert, and it is potentially life-saving to give the person the water. So there you go. All right. So that was our travel trivia questions from tonight. So I'm going to back up. There was a couple that I'm going to go back and revisit from last week. And that is, what is the capital and the largest city of Arizona? Is it Sedona, Tucson, or Phoenix? All are great cities in Arizona. All are popular. But which one is the capital and largest city? And no, you cannot look this up while we're talking about the questions. And the source on this is National Geographic Kids. Okay. Phoenix, Sedona, or Tucson? And the answer is, drum roll, Phoenix. Phoenix is the capital of Arizona, and it is also the largest city in Arizona. Hey, Spider-Man the Hero has just joined us. Welcome, Peter. It's good to see you. Again, we get to hang out again. I'm glad you got the notification. I don't know why they're coming in late, but this is 2 nights in a row that you've gotten it, so I'm not going to complain. Now, what is the nickname for Arizona? What is the nickname for Arizona? This source is also National Geographic Kids. Is it the Painted Desert State, the Grand Canyon State, or Petrified Forest Landmark State? Yep, Arizona. That's what we're talking about. Which one might it be? The third one? It is the Grand Canyon State. Grand Canyon State. And that's because it's the third most visited national park, and Arizona's got it. So there you go. There you go. And the big one, of course, we talked about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and toss this out again, just because it's something that if you're going to visit Arizona, you're going to want to know about it. And that is, does Arizona observe daylight savings time? Source on this is History by Mail, and it's a yes or no question. So, yes, Arizona observes it, or no, they do not. And the answer is no, they do not. So, if you're traveling from a state that has it, then you got to make sure you adjust, right? That can be a challenge. Yep, it is just you in here. We've had a few others that popped in and stayed for a couple of minutes and left, but didn't hang around long. You're it. I am showing that there is 2 participants in here. So I don't know why they're not talking in the chat. So feel free to dive into the chat. And don't forget, if you are some of the ones that are watching, make sure that you give me a like on the live stream. I see 3 in here now. We have 3 in here now. So do dive on into the chat. So we're going to kind of shift gears here a little bit. We have just finished our Arizona trivia, and we can talk about whatever's on your mind if you would like to. So just chill. I will say too that Arizona was a fun state to do the research on, because until I did the research on it, I have been there, but I didn't realize like what a fascinating state it really is because of the deep prehistoric history. And even though there are millions of visitors that go to the Grand Canyon National Park every year, and it is the most photographed national park in the entire world, it's just so large that you kind of can't get your mind around it. And there is so much. So it doesn't really matter if you're going to go hiking or if you're going to take a mule down to the bottom of the canyon. The canyon is mostly made of steep walls that are like limestone and shale. So rock climbers love it. And it just gives each strata, each layer gives the Grand Canyon its color. But like right in within the Grand Canyon National Park are ancient ruins that are like some of the oldest in the entire country. And it's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Of course, you got to take climate into consideration anytime you go to Arizona. So if you get the chance and you can go during some of the cooler months, that's really the thing to do. We were there, and one of the times we were there was July the 4th. Just don't even. Just don't, because it was just so hot. Yeah, we were miserable. What happened to last night's live stream? What do you mean? Didn't I live stream last night? I thought I did. Peter, did I not live stream last night? I did a little pop-up live stream. Yeah, I did for about half an hour. And then I started buffering, and I decided to sign off when the buffering started. I still don't know why. Have no clue. But yeah. Yes, but you were lagging. Yeah, now I have not figured out why I was lagging. I have no idea why. I would love to know. All I know is after fussing at my husband about it, or not fussing at him about it, just venting, I should say. He went in, he rebooted the modem, and everything's fine. And then this afternoon, I don't remember. I guess I was on the Zoom call this afternoon, and it lagged a little bit. So we went back and we rebooted the modem. So I don't know. Can't tell you. I don't know if weather is affecting it or if the modem's just getting old or what. I wouldn't think that at 2 years that the modem would be acting up yet, but you never know. It could be. It could be. That's the next thing my husband's going to check into. He said that if it keeps up, then we're going to look at replacing it. But I wouldn't think after 2 years that it would be bad. But it's been a hard 2 years for it, though. If we had enough power surging going on after Hurricane Helene that it damaged my camper, it could have messed up the modem, but we haven't really realized it, until here lately. So, yeah. And I did take off and I looked at the tablet, and the tablet is under consideration that you suggested. So, got to check and see. Yeah, it could be a brownout. Could be. That's what happened with the trailer after Hurricane Helene. I'm sure of it. Because it would go from like it was supposed to be, and it would just go dim and then pick back up after a while and then go out completely. But, anything could have happened after Helene, honestly. Just the way things were. Yeah. All right. Well, we have number 3 in currently, third watcher. So give us a like on the live stream. We've kind of shifted and we're not really talking about, there you go, travel trivia right now. All right. Okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and end the stream here in just a couple of minutes. Peter, I'm really glad that you came in. Oh, no, it's not. Not quite yet. Why end it? Because I'm running out of things to talk about. So that's why. And it's 2 months to Christmas. I think it's a little longer than that, isn't it? Yeah, 3 months. Just about 3 months until Christmas. So we're going to have to really kick in the shopping. I'm going to talk to Santa Claus about the I sure blank. I'm on tablet. See what Santa Claus has to say about that. Because it's under consideration. If I keep having problems, I don't know, I might have to see about getting it sooner. But if I can wait, I think I'm going to. Yeah. Oh, and I did get good news tonight. Speaking of waiting, I have been waiting for more news on my service dog. And if all goes well, cross your fingers, 3 weeks from tonight, I'll be getting my new service dog. So I won't be live streaming on that day. But I'm really excited. Did find out what breed it's probably going to be. They don't guarantee. So they kind of give you this little range. But if all goes well, I'm going to be getting a Bernese Mountain Dog. That's what I'm hopeful for. Me either, Peter. I just can't get my mind around that with the AI doctor. It just does not sound like a good idea. And they tell us too, I mean, how many times have we heard that Chat GPT sometimes just makes stuff up? And if Chat GPT will do it, then I just can't imagine what the AI doctor can do. And like I went to Chat GPT to start for some of the questions for the travel trivia and got to looking at them. So out of the 20 some odd questions I asked it for, I used close to half because I wanted to make sure they were accurate. And they were, but some of them were just oddly worded, and I could blend like two of the same into one because the wording, it was the same answer for like two questions, but the way the questions were worded, one was normal and one was just kind of really weird a few times. And I think that's just kind of, what you get into with ChatGPT sometimes. So I can just imagine what an AI doctor is going to be like. Yeah, to me, that's scary. What does that upside work? Right, Chat GPT or upside the app? I use upside the app a lot for my gas. The gas app, I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me pull that up on my phone so you can see it. And maybe. Come on now. My phone just went dark. Okay. Just that's the little icon up there. And what I really like about it is, of course, the money. I've transferred most of it over, so I only have $1.15 showing right now. But when you pull it up and open up the app, it'll tell you what's nearby and how much cash back you get. So like the gas station that's closest to me right now, I can get 12 cents back per gallon for regular. So it's really helpful. I love saving money. Obviously, we all do, and we need to. And that is one of the ways I do it. But yeah, I like to stack up my discounts. So I'll use upside to get the percentage back. Then I will use fetch to get more money back, and obviously teeny tiny amounts, but it accumulates. And then, if I use a credit card that gives me points, then that's actually like 3 ways you can kind of, make money on your purchases there. Do you use it? Do you use Upside? So, what I found last time I went out toward the Midwest, a lot of Love's travel stops were using Upside. They were linked in with that. And it worked out great for me because I like stopping at Love's with the service dog so he can run at the dog park for a minute. He doesn't run much. He starts sniffing. Got to check things out if you're a dog. So I was able to, combine some discounts there. And it's real easy. You just sign in and start saving. You look it up where you're going to be. You look it up, see what's nearby, and you sign in. Well, you have to put your credit card or your debit card in, and then they use the last 4 digits of that card to track your transactions. So you will put that in originally, then you'll go and you'll look on the app, find the station that's closest to you that you want to use, go to the gas station, go ahead and claim the stop, claim the offer, go to the gas station, get your gas, and then it'll just ask you, have you paid? And then you click the button. It doesn't pay at all if you pay in cash. It only works credit and debit. So nothing, as far as I know, it won't pay in cash. Now you can take a picture of your receipt. I have never been successful with that. So I would not plan on getting the money savings on that. If you just want something that you can collect points on and you're using cash a lot, Fetch will do that for you. Because Fetch just wants your pictures of your receipts. It doesn't care if it's gas or whatever. And last year, I used that a lot. And last year, I just got lucky and was able to get gift cards for both my kids and my husband at Christmas last year through the points I'd collected on my Fetch app. I just let them stay and accumulate. And then when I need it, cash it in. So that's what I did for Christmas last year. So if you're thinking about it, that really might be an app that you might be interested in. Yeah. So yeah. I like them both. Some people use them both. Some people use Receipt Hog. I've never been able to get Receipt Hog to work on my phones without crashing them. So I think something's up with that app, maybe, and Android. I'm not sure. But it happens on my husband's phone too. So neither one of us use that anymore. So, I will say it's really nice to have those apps, especially if you're going to be traveling, because you may as well get some points here and there and, let it add up. I use that with Upside as absolutely as much as I could on the last trip to go get my service dog that botched in June. Well, I think I made close to $30 on it with Upside, and I don't know what I did on Fetch. I'd have to go look. I did cash it in for a gift card to buy my granddaughter some stuff with it. We were joking too. My husband and I were joking the other day about my granddaughter. He got paid, and I was like, "Oh, look, my granddaughter support payment is in." And he's like, "What do you mean, granddaughter support payment?" I'm like, "Yep, I got to go to the store. I got to go shopping." And he was so confused. And I looked at him and was like, "You got paid." Yeah. And I'm like, "You got paid?" I always go buy things for our grandbaby. He was a little slow on the uptake there, but he got it. So that was good. And I'm looking to see real quick if I can see what I earned on the trip. And I can't find it easily, so sorry about that. But Fetch does pay out as long as you want gift cards, which is nice because you can use them for Amazon, grocery stores, just various things, Walmart, just various things. You just put an avocado in the chat. Where are you putting an avocado in the chat? Yeah, I have no idea. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and go. Thank you, Peter, for hanging out. I appreciate that. Oh, it's a typo. Okay. All right. I was like, why the avocado? But okay. Peter, I appreciate you hanging out. And, hopefully next time we'll have more folks in. At least I know that notifications went out. So that's a big blessing. All right. So in the meantime, you have a great few days. I don't know when I'm going to live stream again. I know it's going to be Sunday night, but hopefully before then I'll get back on here. Try hanging out some more. Okay. You take care, and I'll talk to you soon. And those of you who come in on the replay, remember, always be bodacious. Don't let life get in the way of living. And I'll see you on the next live stream. That's definite, which is Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Okay. Good night, Peter. Good night.